Welcome back to Tris Motorcycle channel, and as you can see from the board today, we are going to discuss on how you can get a motorcycle license and how much it will cost you and how much will the government charge you for that. So stick around, and please, if you've not yet subscribed, make sure you do that. Hit that notification button and make sure you like and comment on the video. I always read all your comments. If you need to call me, my number is at the description below. So first things first, for you to be able to open an e-citizen account, which is the portal that all of us use when we want to get a government service. If you're either an alien meaning that you're a resident in Kenya, or you're a citizen, you need to open an e-citizen account, and you have to be 18 years old. Okay, so that's the first thing, bottom line. So a 16-year-old cannot get a license in Kenya. You have to be 18. Good? All right. So once you open an e-citizen account, if you're a resident, of course, they're going to ask you for the alien ID number. If you're a citizen, they're going to ask you for your national ID number for you to be able to open your e-citizen account. All right. So we've established you're already 18 plus and you have an ID card. Second thing is, which category are you endorsing for? The motorcycle category is A category. So there's A, there's B, there's C, there's D for cars, for lorries and whatnot. So motorcycles, they land under A category. All right, under A category, we have A1, A2, and A3. A1 allows you to ride on a moped. A moped is like a scooter, and you're not allowed to carry a passenger when you have the A1 class. A2, it works for motorcycle taxi. So motorcycle taxi, if you want to be a boda person, or you want to ride your personal bike, or you want to be able to ride a tuk-tuk, you should be endorsed for the A2. A3 is for tuk-tuk only. So if you're endorsed for the A3, you can only drive a tuk-tuk. A tuk-tuk is a three-wheeler tricycle, okay? All right. Sometimes I get questions like, what if I have a quad bike? Which class should I go for? You should probably have an A2, in as much as a quad bike is a four-wheeler. If it's legally, if it's allowed legally on the road, that means if it has a number plate and it has the side mirrors, that's the only time you can take your quad bike on the road. If not, please stick on the ranches. You don't require a license if you're riding somewhere that you're not putting anybody in danger. Are we clear? Even if you have an enduro bike, you have a motocross bike, you can definitely ride it at the ranch, you can ride it at the farm. As long as nobody is in danger, you don't need to have a license. All right, now that we have that in check, legal requirements, we've already discussed it's supposed to be 18 years old. So once you buy a motorcycle, it is a must by the law that you have a motorcycle endorsement. So I get these questions a lot. People tell me, oh, I have a motorcycle, I have a car driver's license. Can I still ride a motorcycle? No, legally you're not allowed to be on the road if you do not have an A endorsement. So make sure you don't ask me that question anymore. All right. Secondly, when you have a motorcycle and you plan to take it on the road, you need to have an insurance, some form of insurance. Whether it's comprehensive or third party, you need to have an insurance. And the third thing you need when you're taking your motorcycle on the road, according to the laws of Kenya, you need a helmet and a reflector. Are we clear till there? Glad we are. So what is the process like? You have to go to a driving school that is recognized and accredited by NTSA. This information you can always get at the NTSA website, or you can also get this information from your e-citizen account. There's a bunch of schools over there. You can scroll and choose your school. So first things first, you need to endorse and sign up from a driving school. Different driving schools have different rates on how much they train on motorcycles. For example, at Tris Motorcycles Academy, we have a rate card, and it's 8,000 for 1 week or 16,000 for as many times as you can, just like a gym membership for the next 30 days for 16,000. So you come and sign up from a driving school. Okay, let me talk about our driving school for a second. You get trained by racers. So everybody you see in our school, they've definitely been riding for so long, they've raced on the track, and they're actually bikers. So we are very passionate in motorcycling. So before you choose a driving school for motorcycles, please consider us, because most schools are not as passionate as we are. So just be sure that you're going to get the best quality of riding and safety, and we're definitely going to be able to, pass our skills to you, which is always fun. We love teaching people how to ride. All right, that aside, so you have to sign up for a driving school and pay the fee that driving school asks you to pay, depending on the package and depending on how much they charge. Secondly, you log into your eCitizen. When you log into your eCitizen, if you're a first-time driver, that means you don't have a car license, you don't have anything, you'll be getting a provisional driving license. You can hear this term called PDL. So PDL is a provisional driving license, and that is 650 shillings. That is if you're a new driver, and that's how much the government charges. Government charges 650 for a PDL, first time drivers. But if you have a car license, your license, you'll be getting an endorsement. What does an endorsement mean? An endorsement means like, it's not your first time on the road, you just need an extra category for your license. So it's called an endorsement. And now that is when the government will charge you 550 shillings for that. So you log into your eCitizen, you get your PDL or endorsement depending on where you are as a driver. All right, what do you do? So the government has allocated 21 days. Why? Because they're assuming you're in school training, trying to get to know your skills. You're basically training. That's what they assume, and that's why they have a waiting period of 21 days. And that's why you cannot get your endorsement and PDL today and tomorrow go for a test, because the government is assuming that you're in school. So the guys who have learned how to ride without necessarily going to a school, even them, they have to wait for 21 days because the government does not expect you to do what you've just done. All right. So that's why we have a waiting period, which is 21 days. All right. What happens after 21 days? So the school will approve you to go for the test. So that's why sometimes when you log into your eCitizen, it says pending maturity or pending school approval. Pending school approval. So you have to contact your school, and your school has to know and vet you that you're ready to go for the test and that you will not fail. And, they approve for your test, and then now you can book a test. Booking the test. So how much is the test booking? Test booking is 1,050 shillings. You pay directly to eCitizen, 1050 shillings. All right. So that's how much the government takes when it comes to your test booking. All right. So of course you have to talk to the school that you registered to and ask them when is the next test day, so that each school has their allocated time according to NTSA, allocated day on when they take their students for tests. So just contact your school, ask them which is the next test day, and you get that sorted out. So when you go for the test, and God willing you pass, depending on your preparedness, for TRIS motorcycles, our pass rate is at 99%. So when you go and you pass, you always get your feedback that same day or the next day. So maximum 24 hours, you already have your results, whether you fail or whether you've passed. So if you've passed, you go back to your eCitizen and you pay for your interim. Now you have a license. Pay for your interim, and paying for your interim is 750 shillings. So that means that you're already licensed and that you're ready to hit the road. You can always download that photo. There's something that's downloadable on eCitizen that you can, scan it a bit and put it next to you in case, you get asked by a cop, where is your driver's license? Or you can even ask your friend to check for you through eCitizen if you're a licensed person by putting their ID number, but you'll see the category on there. All right. This is, I take it as optional, Smart DL. So once you've already gotten, I would recommend that if you've gotten all the classes endorsed, please go now get that Smart DL, which is 3,050 shillings. because every time you endorse a new class and reprint that smart DL, it's going to be costing you that much. So it's always best to make sure you have all your classes endorsed in your eCitizen before you get the smart DL printed out for you. All right, guys, please, I hope you found that video helpful. If you've not yet subscribed, please make sure you do so and send your notification. And if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit that notification button. Make sure you comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you'd like to hear from me next. And if you're thinking of riding, please consider Trace Motorcycles Academy, because we do this thing for a living. We love riding, and we can't wait to have you in our school. And I'll see you in the next video.